All right. I'm going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. Woo, so much happened tonight on Monday Night Raw. Start off with Drew McIntyre coming out as the champion. And guess who came out? Andrade. Andrade came out with Zelina Vega. And just trying to remind him of what he did. But Drew was like, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Gonna get it. But yeah, Droney was saying, what he did to him back at NXT, um, messed up his arm and stuff like that. And I gotta watch that match. Drew and the Droney from NXT. I'm gonna watch that tonight. Maybe after this. But that was a good little promo they had. I was like, okay. So which led to Drew versus Andrade in the main event. So that's gonna be good. Um, Oscar, just throughout the whole show, Oscar is so funny. She was doing some funny prep workout. I don't know what she was doing in the back. She was I don't know what she was doing. She is funny. She is very entertaining. I'm telling y'all. Oscar is very entertaining. So we had the first woman in the back. No, Money in the Bank qualifying match with Asuka and Ruby Riott. Like I said, Asuka was so entertaining. Ruby Riott came out first. No. Asuka came out first, and then when Ruby Riott music came on, she started. She was like, "Oh!" I say, "Oh, Asuka, she is a funny heel, man. I'm telling y'all, Asuka is a funny heel. I'm telling y'all, she is so funny." And man, it was a good match though. It was a really good match. She did this knee to the face. That was a brutal shot to Ruby Riott. Like she's funny, but she is a brutal superstar. And they were saying Asuka was the longest reigning NXT champ over like 500 days. I said, woo. I said, yeah, it was like, should have been like that on here on Raw, But and then she did a Shining Wizard, and these kicks are like even louder. I'm like, whoa, you it's like every move is just so impactful. It's to me, I kind of like it. I mean, I know it was no crowd or nothing, but I think when it's the crowd, I mean, sometimes it's like you can't hear certain things and stuff like that. So just for the time being, it's good. It's good like that. But Ruby Riott had some good offense in the match, but it was just too much Oscar. So Oscar won the match, as I knew she would, with the Oscar lock. And I don't know who Ray is, but she kept saying Ray, 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 Ray. I'm like, I don't know who Ray is. I'm like, okay, y'all best to call Ray, because I guess she know him or something. But next we had Aleister Black versus Oni Loken from NXT. And it was a good match. They say it came from NXT UK and NXT, so it was a good physical match. I mean, this guy had Aleister Black in a submission. They was exchanging mad blows to the head. I'm like, man, I know they're gonna have headaches after this is over. But yeah, it was a really good match though. Really was. Sorry, I just don't want my laptop to die. Hold on. We got it plugged in. That's right, we got it plugged in. That's right. Alright. We got it plugged in. Turn the lights back on. Turn them up. Turn them off. So, um but yeah, it was a good physical match. But of course, Aleister Black won. I was like, yeah, I know it, Sometimes even I'm glad he's not facing the local competitors, just random people, because it's no match for him. This person was actually a good match, just like Apollo Crews was last week. That match went back and forth, back and forth. I was like, wow. But next they had the VIP lounge, and MVP was saying uh 3 new matches for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match for next week. It's going to be Rey Mysterio versus Buddy Murphy. That should be pretty good. Aleister Black and Austin Theory should be good. Apollo Crews and MVP, all first time ever, so those matches gonna be good. This next one was really just shocking. Was Shayna Baszler versus Sarah Logan. Before this even happened, I was just like Shayna gonna win. I'm just like Shayna's gonna win. But I think when I can't forget that person name, but Shayna was being interviewed, and I guess they asked her about the comments from my friend Rhonda, and I think that set her off or something, because as soon as I mean, when the match started, it was just like Shayna being physical. She took down Sarah Logan. She was just beating her up, and then all of a sudden, Sarah Logan arm was like this on the mat, and then Shayna just Shayna was did some type of leg move on her, and her arm, like it looked crazy. Like her arm just went back. Like, I think she gonna be out for a while, probably like some months or something, because that looked painful. I mean, you can't fake that. Her face was in a lot of pain. I'm like, yo, that was brutal. And of course, Shayna won because Sarah couldn't compete. And then when she stormed out in the back, and she threw a chair. I don't know who she threw the chair, and she just stormed out in the back. I'm like, but see, my thing is, like, Shayna should have won that WrestleMania. She should have won. I mean, I'm still thinking about, like, maybe she wouldn't have been this mad or something else happened, but it was just crazy. And then, Becky came out talking about Shayna and how I guess people saying different things about Becky, like doubting her or being conceited. But I mean, it's just in my mind, like she win too much. Like it's no fun being a champion if you don't have no obstacles. Like, I mean, that's how it should be. Becky needs to have another obstacle. Like Charlotte was her obstacle. She couldn't beat Charlotte at one point. Then she beat her. Something like that. But I guess she was just basically saying, like, she don't care who wants a shot at her. She will be ready. So I hope somebody cash in on her out of nowhere, like the RKO out of nowhere. So, and then they had this little weird moment with Seth. They showed Seth Rollins, and I'm like, okay. And then he was like, I guess my career is crucified. I was like, okay. I'm like, what they doing with Rollins? Like, I guess he was in a state of mind, like, since he lost to Kevin Owens. But I'm like, they probably just planning something. So yeah. Um. Next, they showed Rey Mysterio interview. Interview was pretty good. Yep, interview was pretty good. He just basically saying that Buddy Murphy was he's a good wrestler, so he know he's got a bright future, but Ray is just hungry because he was the champion before and Kane cashed in on him, and took his title back in 2010. That was the second title reign. So 10 years later, he trying to do it again. I'll be rooting for him next week because anytime Ray is in a match, it don't matter. Money in the Bank, Championship, Fatal 4-Way, Royal Rumble. You never know what he's going to do. So it's going to be good. I hope that he wins. He needs to win. Um, Next they had Austin Theory versus Akira Tozawa. And I'm starting to think Tozawa is a jobber because he lost to Aleister Black, I think maybe like a few weeks ago. And then he just loses to Austin Theory. I mean, it was a good match to begin with, but a lot of suicide dives and them flying all across the ring. But I'm just like, shouldn't keep losing like that. I mean, that's no fun. It's no fun to that. Nope. It is no fun to that. Next, of course, we had Angel Garza versus who was this guy? Tahanta Miles from NXT. So of course Elena Vega was Lord knows talking throughout his match and Austin Theory match. I'm like, Lord, she will not stop talking. That's all she was doing. Yeah. But yeah, Angel Garcia, he won that match though. It was a pretty good like physical match. Angel Garza came out there, gave a rose to the camera lady, and I'm like, okay, you just being ladies, man. But it was pretty cool. Um, Next up we had Kyrie Sane versus Nia Jax. I was like, Nia Jax gonna win, dominating victory. That it was. But they said Nia Jax, her last title reign was in 2018, but she lost to Alexa Bliss and because she cashed in her money in the bank. I remember that. I was like, dang. That was such a crazy man. I think it was Nia and Ronda Rousey for the title, and she just came in, hit Ronda with the briefcase, then hit Nia, then I was like, wow, that was crazy. Very, very crazy. Um Then they had Drew McIntyre doing an interview, and he was just basically saying Andrea, he going to hurt him. He going to Claymore him. He hasn't forgotten what happened to him back at NXT. So I was like, okay, it's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be a good match. Um, Charlotte Flair came out there, telling everybody to bow down. Everybody in NXT to bow down. She's coming. Woo! That's how that went. See, Bobby Lashley fought No Way Jose. I'm like, if he lose to No Way Jose, that would be crazy. But Lana kept yelling outside the ring. He was like, "Shut up!" I was like, "Whoa!" He told his wife to shut up. Like, whoa, okay. That was funny though. But Bobby Lashley got the win. He picked him up. I mean, he picked him up one hand, just boom. I'm like, okay. It was a good match though, but Bobby Lashley dominated. Um Next up they had Rollins do another one of those backstage. He said someone is going to get curb stomped tonight. And I was like, okay. And then commercial break came back. Street Profits. They had the interview and they was talking, being funny and stuff like that. I was like, man, they are funny. Street Profits. I was so glad to see. I was like, that made the show. They coming out. Um, yeah, they was fun. Bianca said some good words though. She said y'all ain't beat the Viking Raiders, so she was like, y'all need to get that smoke. And then she walked off, and they looking like, okay. So yeah, that was really good. A very very good interview. Then, of course, next up we had the Viking Raiders versus Cedric Alexander and Ricochet. This match went overboard, I thought. It was a physical match. They did a lot of suicides and dives. So many near falls in the match. I'm just like, I can't keep up with this. I'm just trying to look at the action. I'm like, damn, there go another near fall. And the Viking Raiders, they look like the people off of God of War or something. Cause they be doing everything. They so athletic. They can fly across like cruiserweights and yeah. But Ricochet, he was funny. He said, sorry, bro, I gotta win this match. Get a moonsault. I'm like, see, this it's more entertaining because we can hear what they saying as they wrestle. See, with everybody being there and people boo or like you can't hear what they saying in the ring, so it's cool. It's cool to hear what they say. They be trash talking and everything, so it's cool. Um, but this was still a good match. I thought it was a little too long, but the Viking Raiders, they got the victory, and I was like, dang, it was like about 10:55. I'm like, yeah, the main event ain't come on. I'm like, they going overboard today. So, which leads me to the main event: Drew McIntyre versus Andrade. Andrade. I just like to say Drew McIntyre dominated this whole match. Andrade got him that one time when Drew had his back turned because Angel Garcia and Austin Theory was trash talk or no someone trash talking him, and then his back was turned. As soon as he turned around, Andrade grabbed his arm and just hit his arm a couple times. So he was working on his arm a little bit, but that just made him mad. And he was headbutting him. He kicked him. His chops was just so loud. I'm like, his whole Andrade chest just turned red. I'm like, wow. So of course, Drew dominated the match, and he won the match. And I was like, yes, just as expected. But it was good though. Then out comes Seth Rollins. I was like, what is Rollins doing? Came out there, gave him a super kick. I'm like, uh-oh. So this is what he was talking about. He did one curb stomp. I'm like, uh-oh. And then it was funny. It seemed like it was about to go off the air, and he was in the corner. I was like, what would have been cool is if Drew would have gave him a Claiborne or something, but Rollins gave him a second curb stomp. I said, whoa, okay. So this is Drew. This is Drew McIntyre next opponent, probably for Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins. I'm like, okay, this is good. This is good. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre Money in the Bank. So, whew, that's what 18 minutes. Wow. But yes, it was a good show. Whew, very very good show. And one last thing. Asuka is so funny. I'm telling y'all, she is funny. Whoever Ray is, they need to get him. She need to win an award. She needs to win an award for the most entertaining superstar, like the last 2-3 years. Cause I don't know what she be saying in her language, but it'd be so funny. I'm telling you, it'd be so funny. So that's my cue. Hope y'all like my review. I think I touched up on everything, and oh yeah, it was also good to see MVP back. I was like, dang, MVP must be there, I guess part time or whatever, but it was good to see him. Um, Hope y'all like this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. There will be more. Always more, baby. Always more. That's what they say. The world champion. That's right. I am the world champion. So I will be back for more. Woo!